sex heal. So let's expand a little bit on that. Um, I'll just start off. I'm gonna do a part two to this video. I'm gonna let you know right now because it is gonna take at least a second part to really expand on everything. But I'm gonna just start off by saying, like, ever since I was younger, um, I always had like this. I felt like I was this magnet to where, like, I would draw in these weird pervertive energies, um as far as energies um as far as men go. And when I was younger, I didn't quite understand the feeling of basically being able to communicate with a grown male adult uh through my mind, and not ever even having to practice this ability or be shown this ability. Is just something that pretty much kind of what happened naturally. I would basically look at a male adult and could basically feel lies their thoughts. um and it also was with younger males too, outside of an environment where there's um other kids of the same age group. Basically, what I say when I mean that is, um with the younger guys, it will have to be like a small group of us on some one-on-one shit, and I can basically realize exactly what, making sure I'm going the right way, but I can exactly realize exactly what the the person basically uh feeling and basically want me to be, and I would infiltrate that person and always be able to get what I want. Well, as I got older, experiencing life, 18, 19, I kind of lost the capability. I started dancing. The people I met during that time and outside of that time, it started getting kind of weird for me, basically, because started getting weird for me, basically, because I wasn't necessarily connecting no more. I don't know if it was because of dancing, and I was basically, when I was dancing, I was using all that energy to pretty much manipulate people to get what I want. So I don't know, but I kind of like fell out of it and like losing it, and I started feeling like really lonely inside, because I had went through a period of time where, like, everything was kind of snatched, like the life I knew was kind of snatched away from me. So I went through this really depressing stage in my life, and but through that, um I started back meeting people and stuff like that, and getting out, and like just basically redirecting the way I wanted my life to go. So, but I ended up meeting my daughter's father, and when I met him, it kind of opened up a lot of things. because we basically was in sync. Like he was the first person I was really able to pour out myself to and be myself and not really feel judged. So then my capabilities started basically coming back, and I basically learned through him, how I was basically healing people through sex. And like me and him would have these conversations and discussions and stuff like that all the time. And I literally like healed him and changed his whole mind from, and pretty much the people I met in between him and the guys I met in between him, like his friends and stuff like that, these people would like cling to us and like kind of like feed off the energy, and they would want to be around my baby daddy, all because basically because of me, because I would bring a side out of them that they didn't think they had, and I will expand a little bit more on it. I ain't gonna get too deep. I'm gonna keep this one short and sweet, but basically I'm gonna just say, like, I literally have the capability to heal a man through sex. And I know it may sound far-fetched, and I know like a lot of guys are on the whole polygamy thing, and they feel like women shouldn't sleep with more than one guy and women shouldn't have more than one guy. But if we go way back in time, in ancient history time, which where I come from, who are my ancestors and my spirit guides, all my spirit guides are the sex goddesses. There was women back in the day that men would come to in a temple, and these women would perform sex magic, and these women will heal these men, you know. So I know I come from that background. I know I come from that trace. I can tell, I can feel it. And it's not that my whole life and world is based around sex, but the way I communicate with a man through sex, I can really open up all his abilities to be everything he can be. I'm a relationship healer. I know how to, heal a broken relationship, um, and that's just through conversation with me and just being in my presence. Just being in my presence will give a man a whole different outlook on how they view relationships, period. Is there a Stephanie Paraham said, is there a book on sex magic healer? I don't know, Stephanie, but I really want to get into it and figure out, this is something that I've had, thoughts that I've had deep inside me for a long time. But with the society we live in nowadays, women get shamed for stuff like this. But for me, I can't be ashamed of what I know I am. That's my power, that's my ability, that's my capability. I'm not saying I want to go around and sleep with every man, no, because I don't even have to sleep with a man in order to heal him. He just has to be in my presence and I can heal him. So I'm definitely gonna look into it a little bit more and do more research on it. Because I'm definitely interested to know myself, Stephanie, and I want to know, is there any other women out there that feel that way? Stefan, I'm so sorry. I apologize. I just kind of glanced. The chat goes so fast, I can't, I glanced at it. My apologies. But yeah, like I said, I know it sounds very far fetched, but just my presence alone is healing, you know. Um, well, thank you. That's what's up. But just being in my presence alone, and before I even thought about this ability, I was already doing it naturally. It's something that come natural to me. Um, you know, I know psychology is like my everything about the mental is just everything, how the human brain operate. It's just, for me, it's just the most amazing thing. And I had this one friend, this guy, he was going through like anxiety, and he didn't even know where it was coming from or what was going on. And this is when I kind of really knew and kind of stepped into my power a little bit and knew I had to dive more deep into it. Is when, he was going through, anxiety, or going through, he basically kept having this feeling, saying he was feeling antsy and stuff like that. He had been hospitalized and everything, and they didn't know what was wrong with him. They basically just was saying, they can't figure out what the problem is. He was tested for STDs and everything, and so when we met up with him to talk to him, to check on him, to see how he was doing, he was telling us, like, I left from the hospital. I don't know what's wrong. Like, I'm still feeling this way. And so I talked to him a little bit and was like, well, how are you feeling? He was like, I just feel antsy. I was like, I know exactly what's going on. You basically having anxiety. I said, it's just basically a chemical imbalance. Basically, you got too much thoughts and too much going on your mind, too much worryation, and it's giving you anxiety. And so I basically, explained to him and walked through him, what he got to do, and for like a week straight, he could not be around nobody else but me and my daughter's father. Like, he did not feel comfortable around nobody else but us. And within like that week, I basically healed him, all through just talking to him and him just being in my presence. So I know I'm a healer, and I know some people might say, oh, okay, if you're a healer, why you got to be a sex healer? Because that's where, for me, it all starts. That's the blueprint of everything. That's where everything begins. It's nothing wrong with that. We have perverted that word so much till we don't even know the true meaning. It's a sacred exchange of energy. That's all sex is, and basically you have sex anytime you communicate with somebody. You exchanging sacred energy, you know what I mean? So I'm not saying that, I have to deliberately have sex with a person. I just said I heal the men that I deal with through sex, and I feel like I'm a relationship healer. But I'm gonna go deep, and I'm gonna dive deep, and I'm gonna expand more. Do anybody got any questions or anything they want to ask me, or how do y'all feel about it? I mean, do y'all have anybody ever had any other? I like to hear from the ladies, and men as well, because I feel like some men have a magical phallus and they can heal. The guy I got with, um, basically, man, blew my mind, showed me parts of myself that I didn't even think I knew, and it healed a lot of unquestioned and unanswers that I had going on, and it just helped me to step into my power. So trust me, I'm not taking the credit for the men neither, because men have some powerful phalluses too. Trust me, I'm one to know. But let's wait and see if anybody got anything they want to ask. I know I don't have too many people in the room, and I will be talking a lot more. I will be giving y'all a little bit more background about this, because this is something that is very magical, and it's been downplayed to be something bad. Stefan says, so how can men know that they are sex healers? Um, Usually it's the men that basically have women chasing them down that they can't get rid of, and they don't know they have that power, so they basically misuse it, and they're misabusing it. But it's usually the men that women have a very strong attachment to. It's just that power can be used in various ways, and it can be used against, you know, the people as the person as well, because when a man have a woman that's strong, women that's strongly attached to them, these women are basically feeding off of his energy. He's healing a certain part of them, but he doesn't know it. So it comes off as something very negative and turns into something very, very crazy, needless to say. But usually a man would know, because he would be able to tell, because when he sleep with a woman or have sex with a woman, he changed her whole, basically her whole mindset. He make her feel good about herself. He helped her to glow, you know what I mean? So, that's one of the reasons how he would know. He would have to pay attention to the woman, and if he bring out the better version of that woman and just make her feel like she on cloud nine, he a healer. He's healing her, so that's basically all I can say about that. um any more questions for me? A lot of y'all sons, y'all kings, y'all gotta step into that power, because a lot of y'all do have healing phalluses. A lot of y'all could be out here healing a lot of these hurt wounds, and then a lot of them that are healers are also trying to be polygamous. They're trying to have more than one wife, and this because this is a part of the nature, you know what I mean, of a healer. They want to heal as many people as they can. They want to have as many, so I think most of the polygamous men are healers too, but nobody's ever gonna really look at it that way or even accept it, because we're living in a matriarchy world. Well, no, sorry, patriarchy world, where it's me, mine, all about me. Is there a difference between sex magic and hitting the bottom of the hole? What do you mean by when you say hit the bottom of the hole? And there is a difference between sex magic and sex healer. I don't believe in perform. I don't feel I really have the need to perform any type of sex magic, because it's automatically within. I'm automatically a sex healer. So I don't really have the need to perform any type of magic on anyone, because it's already in me. I have a lot of dudes that tell me, like, what the hell did you put on me? What did you do to me? It's like I can't stop thinking about you. I can't stop, wanting to be in your presence, so I don't never really have to even do no magic, because like it's hard for me. That's how I know I'm a healer. That's for the women as well. It's and vice versa. When women have trouble getting rid of men, it's because you a healer, so you got to use your power for what it's worth. You got to step into that, because we need the healers in this world, you know. So, but I'm still trying to figure out what you mean hitting the bottom of the hole. And somebody said, show my legs. Show my legs for what? You ain't gonna get no healing out of that. You have to be in my presence one-on-one. We have to connect one-on-one, and I guarantee I can heal and answer any question you have about relationship, your life, like why shit ain't going good, why you can't find love, like all that juicy stuff. Let's see if y'all got any more questions. I still want to know the bottom of the cat hole. What does that mean? I'll just say this because I got to get off soon. So if you can't really answer what the bottom of the cat hole is. Is it sex, magic, healer, or miracle? I say sex healer, um, relationship healer through sex, and I guess you can say it's miracle, but as far as the magic, like I stated, I don't. There's no magic performed. I don't need to, you know, do nothing crazy or nothing like that. I just like to have when I'm you know, with somebody and I'm, going through the process of trying to figure out what needs to be healed. I like to have candles lit and I like for it to be, just nice and calm, So I will light candles, but that's just a sense of calmness for me. It has nothing to do with magic per se. Not that there's anything wrong with it, but um, I'm a natural healer, so naturally, um, you will naturally feel the vibration coming from me. You will naturally just want to open up to me about your relationship, and I can naturally sense, what you lacking and what you need to do to, you know, become your higher version of yourself, as far as in the relationship, what both parties need to be for each other. But if there's not any more questions, I'm gonna get ready to hop off. I really would like to connect with the women because I really want to know if it's more women out there that feel like that, like feel like they can heal through sex. Um, and I know I probably get a lot of backlash of, but like I said, um, it's all about the yin and the yang. Um, People basically have perverted the word sex so much, you know, because the thing about it is you don't even necessarily need to have to be physical. You could do, I heal, basically what heal through tantra sex, and it's nothing physical about that. Can you heal through oral sex too? Okay. Like I said, I don't even have to be physical in order to heal. Sex is a sacred exchange of energy. So it's not always physical. It's basically tantra sex. All is basically mental, you know. And if getting physical is like the final stage of the healing, and no oral sex won't be performed because oral sex, not that it's nothing wrong with it, because I think you should experience life to the fullest, everything about it, but there's really no need or no purpose for oral sex. It's just a perverted way of having sex. It's just basically some freaky shit. That's all. Basically people getting bored with missionary and doing it the normal way, and um trying different shit, but it ain't no need for oral sex. um I just did a video explaining tantra sex, and it in the video I expanded a little bit on how it's basically all mental. At one point in time, I feel like we didn't even need to be physical. We basically had sex mentally, and that's kind of what tantra sex is. A lot of people do touching, basically rubbing every spot without actually getting touching the private areas. basically getting aroused without actually having, without actually ejaculating, and you, instead of ejaculating, you transfer that energy into manifestation to manifest things. And you also use it, tantra sex, for healing, because you basically mentally and psychologically connect with the person in a way that they see things in a different light. They see their relationship in a different light. They see sex in a different light, pretty much. No, we're not having tantra sex right now, but we are having sex. We are having a sacred exchange of energy. But with the tantra sex, you have to be in the presence of the person. I would say, for it to be more accurate. But I do think that eventually it will escalate to where you can just be on a phone or on a screen looking at somebody and mentally having sex. But guys, my battery's gonna die, and Stefan, you still never answered that question you had about the question I had for you about what's the bottom of the cat hole. Are you just meaning just hitting bottom and making a woman feel good? Yes, it's definitely deeper than that. But anyway, guys, my battery's gonna die. It was nice connecting with you guys. And for all my day ones, stay positive, stay humble, and stay focused. And if there's no more questions for me, I will catch you guys on the next video, because my phone's about to die. So, what was a physical question, Stefan? About the oral? I don't know. Um, but yeah, guys. I am definitely a sex healer, and there will be a part two on this where I break down the actual psyche behind this. So y'all just stay tuned, stay focused. Okay, so what about hitting the bottom of the hole? Like I said, I mean, is that just making a woman feel good? Show us something. I don't know what you guys want to see, but anyway, it's time for me to get ready to end this live. Tantra sex is not physical. Like I said, some people do touching. When I say physical, I mean intercourse. There's no intercourse, but okay, you're right. It can be physical, but I'm coming from a mental state when I speak about it, because in my other video, I had, if the people think that maybe that's how the whole Jesus story came about, if they think it's possible to actually mentally have sex with a person, and getting back on the mental plane. So that's funny. No nipples today. You trying to get my video flag? Yes, I would mind flashing a nipple. We're not gonna do it. All right. Peace to my day ones.